name is Jamie Roots, the 8th day of Camp NaNoWriMo, and I've written 13,566 words. So I'm a little bit behind because of today's topic. While you are camp NaNoWriMoing or, NaNoWriMoing in general, this takes up a lot of your time, right? Like you're sitting there and you're writing this novel, and that's basically like your life. But while you're writing, the things around you don't just pause, right? They keep going. So how is it that you balance, I'm talking social life mostly, how do you balance like social life with your work life? Let's call this work for lack of a better term. Because your friends aren't gonna be okay with you being gone for an entire month. Like your friends aren't gonna be like, oh yeah, that's fine, just write your novel. There are some friends that will be like, well, I don't just ditch you for a month. That's the way that some people can think about this stuff. So you have to find balance between like, I have to drop everything and write for a month. Sorry, see you later, bye. And sure, I can hang out. Like, you have to make some sacrifices. You have to be okay with losing some friends, possibly, or like losing closeness with friends, or you have to, get behind on your word count sometimes. And that involves, like, you might have to drop other obligations in order to complete both of these very important things. I don't know, to you, your social life might not be that important. But for me, as someone who did not really have a social life before high school, it's kind of important to me that I maintain this social life, like the small social life that I have, and make sure that it doesn't die, right? Because I've worked very hard to, like, make sure that I'm an okay person, so that people don't hate hanging out with me. And so if I stop hanging out with them, that's a reason for them to not want to be around me, because, oh, you're gonna abandon me for a month every year, or for 2 months, or 3 months, depending on, how many times you're doing this. I might do July's Camp NaNoWriMo, right? Like, and even then, I can't just drop everything and just write. How do you balance this? Like I said, you have to give something up. Somewhere you have to give. And so I chose to give on the writing. Yesterday, my best friend threw a party, and like, this is the first real party she's ever thrown. We were all sitting around and talking. That's what parties are, aren't they? Are there parties that aren't just sitting around and talking? There probably are. We're lame. So I knew that they weren't going to be doing that much. Like, they're not going to be doing anything revolutionary. They're not gonna, like, cure cancer while I'm sitting at home banging away on my keyboard. I wanted to be there because, this is my best friend. This is a party. A lot of my friends are gonna be there. I did take my laptop to my friend's house, and every hour or so I'd take 10 minutes out of social time and I'd write, which I don't know that everyone was okay with that, but the party moved on. At some point I just completely stopped writing. I think around 9 o'clock I was just like, no, let's not pick up my laptop again. So I'm behind on my word count. And that's okay, because there are some things that are just more important than, like, I have to write a novel, and I put my social life up there. Maybe that's just because I'm a teenager and I don't actually know what's important, but to me, this is something that's important. If you have family that's important to you, if your health is really important to you, you have to give up something. And for me, that was writing. Maybe for the next couple of days, if my friends ask me to hang out, I'm gonna be like, no, sorry, I have to write. But yesterday, that was what was important. It was more important than this. I haven't done this in 2 days because I was busy. And this is like an obligation of mine, but it's lower on the ring of my obligation list. Right now, NaNoWriMo is top priority for this week. But starting like Saturday, this is number 2 because I have a report due next Wednesday, and that is going to move to number 1, and then I'm going to get that done, and when that's done, it'll move to the bottom of the list, because now I'm done with that. So I think it's important during NaNoWriMo to prioritize, what is important to you. If this is the most important thing to you, if you are willing to sacrifice everything to write your novel, then you should do that, okay? And you have to commit to doing that. I don't think that it's full of in a mindset to be like, I have to juggle everything, because, sometimes you don't have the ability to juggle 40,000 things. You can juggle 4 things. And so what are you gonna do with the other, like, million things, Like, you have to drop something. And sometimes, people won't understand that. Or there will be consequences from that. But you have to be willing to accept some consequences in order to fulfill goals. If anyone else has had a problem balancing their normal everyday life with this novel writing, leave comments down below and we can complain together about how our crappy first draft novels are ruining our lives, but we love it anyway. Bye.